Hey, it's your friend Jennifer Sparks. Today I'm really excited. I'm at Disney Springs and I've been wanting to do this video for a while. I'm going to take you to 5 different hotels that you could walk to from Disney Springs right over this beautiful bridge. I'm assuming because you found this video and you're watching it that you're interested in finding a place to stay by Disney Springs. But for those of you that don't know, Disney Springs is a shopping and restaurant destination in Disney World. There's no fee to get in. There's no fee to park there. But hey, if you don't have to worry about finding a parking space and driving home, how cool is that? I am Jennifer Sparks and I do mostly hotel reviews and resorts. So this seemed appropriate for me. The resorts we're going to be checking out are located on Hotel Plaza Boulevard. They're not Disney hotels, but they're Disney affiliated. They provide bus services back and forth to the theme parks. These resorts are not walkable to any of the Disney theme parks, but they are very walkable to Disney Springs, and that's why we're here. We're going to start with the Wyndham. I did not personally stay at any of these. I'm just walking through. I'm showing you where they are, and I'm kind of just going to tell you like what the vibe was like, and like would I stay there? Yeah, I'd stay at any of them. This video pretty much is about location, location, location. And you could look at the video and judge for yourself which one you think would be best for you and your family. I feel like the Wyndham would be a good choice for families. They had a lot of things for kids to do. The pool area was extreme. You'll see that in a little bit. It's one of the ones that are the closer to, there's 2 sides of the street and 4 of them are one side. This one is the only one on this side, and it's close to where the walking bridge is. So if you have little ones, this one might be a good choice. Downside of this one is they have the main grand high-rise hotel, but then they have this built next to it, which to me is no big deal, but some people don't like that. They want to stay in the actual property, the big thing. So I don't know. I just felt like I had to mention that in case, you know, something like that would bother you, in case that is the room they book you for. Anyway, back to the pool. The pool is fun. Like, I looked at this and I was like, oh my gosh, my kids would have loved this when they were little. So A+ for the pool. Next door, there was a hotel, but it was under construction. So we're going to go cross the street now and we're going to go check out the DoubleTree. I have personally been to DoubleTree before for car rentals. Right on the property, they have a Payless and a budget desk. So that's a very good perk. My experience here has always been very positive. The people that work here are nice. It's very contemporary in design. So it has the feeling of the contemporary resort, but yet it has an islandy kind of feel, which reminds me more of Polynesian. So to me, this one has a very good Disney feel. When I arrived, I was greeted by William. I believe his name was William. I just assumed he worked there, but he worked for City One Express. I told him that, like, I was making a video, and I told him that I would leave some props to him. And he was great. If you need a car service, this dude was really super cool and very helpful. He just took me around the property and showed me where the pool was. Like, you know, I usually do this stuff on my own, but it was so nice to have an escort. I was like, oh, okay. DoubleTree had lush landscaping. It was just beautiful and romantic. Probably so far, I'd say Wyndham for little kids, just because it is closer and the pool was a little bit more extreme. But DoubleTree, I just like the vibe. Personally, myself, as a seasoned traveler, it's a little further from Disney Springs, but it's just a really beautiful place. And right next door to DoubleTree, you're going to find the B Resort, which, like Wyndham, was a little confusing. It's kind of like a high-rise hotel. You see this from the highway. It's this big, thing with a big B on it. But then it has like these little motel-y things around it. So doesn't bother me at all. But, some people it would bother. So it is very important to mention. But the hotel, like when you walk in, is grand. It's all like marble and fancy, and it's got these amazing, like focal points, like, armchairs, and just really cool. It's just really beautiful. Out of 3 so far, this one, especially the lobby, obviously has like an appeal of like a palace, kind of wedding-ish, convention, Las Vegas, get my picture. It's got that grand wow factor. Gonna take you for a little walk outside so you can check out the pool and see if it's right for you. In the pool area, you're gonna find a small game room. There's an outside bar. They have like little fountains for the kids. You know, it's a good family resort. Like I said, it's just the hotel's big and grand, and like out here where the motel is, it's a little bit less grand. But look, they have a full spa. You know, I mean, it's a really nice place. I just felt like, you know, I read, you know, TripAdvisor reviews and stuff, and some people complain they didn't like their room. It wasn't in the hotel. So I like for my videos to be pretty upfront about what the place is like. It has a full restaurant. Never ate there. I'd like to try it one day. I have personally researched this because I've seen rates really reasonable on Priceline before for here. There was a lot of places to sit. I actually sat down and charged my phone for a little bit. It was super hot this day too, so it was nice to get some air conditioning. It was really, I really like the inside of this hotel. I'm charging my phone at the B Resort. It's very pretty. I like it. It's hot as hell today, though. It's September. It's supposed to be nicer. The bathrooms were beautiful. It was a very hot September this year. I somehow forgot to tape the walkover, but we are now entering the Holiday Inn, which is next to the B Resort. Every hotel I'm showing you is getting closer and closer to Disney Springs. After this, we're going to be going to the Hilton, which will be my last stop. This one, Holiday Inn. Holiday Inn is big and grand. It had the atrium lobby with the elevators that you could look down and look at the lobby as you're going up. Sort of like the Marriott World Center, but a smaller scale. If you've ever been to the Marriott World Center, really cool hotel. This hotel out of the 5, I remember the least. I had to go back and rewatch it. I'm like, where was this? Not that that's bad. It's just like there was nothing that like was weird or nothing that was like, wow. It was just good, you know. It was just good all over. It just wasn't amazing or like, wow, what is this, you know. It wasn't busy. There wasn't hardly any kids. It just wasn't busy at all. It is September, however, and that is the least crowded time to come to Orlando. I'm going to take you guys up the elevators for a little ride. If you have Star Wars fans, this might be a selling point. When you're in the elevators, it's very Star Wars themed. Who knew? Okay, I lied. The view is pretty impressive. If you're not afraid of heights, the view, you know, this one had it going on. Well, I hope if you're still with me that you're finding this helpful in some way. I'm in Orlando a lot. My daughters both work for the Disney World at the Disney College program. And then the COVID happened and, you know, there was the big furlough. But my youngest daughter's working at Universal Studios. So she's still living in Orlando. She used to work over at Star Wars. She worked there for the grand opening. Here's a look at the pool here. I mean, you know, like I said, it's not bad. You know, it's just not like, wow, remember that pool? You know, it's crazy when you go to Orlando. One pool's better than the next. It's kind of just like mind-boggling. That pool in Connecticut would be like the best one in Connecticut. That's actually where my home is when I'm actually home. I'm in Orlando more. All right, our next stop is the Hilton. If walking is an issue or time, the Hilton is the closest resort out of the 5 to the bridge that goes to Disney Springs. So that most certainly is a good perk for these. I don't know price-wise if one's much higher than the other. I've only seen B Resort pop up sometimes. They have deals on Priceline for that one. I'm assuming those are probably for more of the motel rooms when you find really good rates for the B Resort. I could be wrong. I'm not sure. I stay personally at timeshares. I own a timeshare at Westgate, so I travel a lot using getaways through Integral International. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm talking too much. We're missing the pool. This whole resort, I really enjoyed being at. I love the smell. I love the music. It just felt chill. Like I stopped and I used the phone charger for a little while. I even sat outside here and just enjoyed the ambiance. So I gotta say, I enjoyed the vibe at the Hilton a lot. Not that any of them were bad. I enjoyed all of them. like I said, I didn't stay in any of these. I don't know what the rooms were like, but atmosphere-wise, if I had kids, little ones, the Wyndham, because they have like the water splash pad stuff, my kids would have went crazy over that when they were little. There was tons of families there. It really had that like, Disney vibe in there. But as a, 50-something-year-old, without little kids, I probably personally wouldn't stay there myself. I would stay here for someone that is like videotaping, like I'm going to go to, Disney Springs and videotape. This place would be perfect because it's so quick to go back and forth. I'm a solo traveler. This place would be awesome. But with that being said, if I was going somewhere with my husband, I probably would pick DoubleTree because it has more of a Disney resort feel. It kind of felt more romantic. I don't know. It just had like a really nice comfortableness there. But like I said, as a solo traveler, I love this place. I'm actually going to go here and charge my phone. I'd sit out here and have a coffee. Okay, that's enough for now. Did I confuse you enough? All right, I'm going to confuse you a little more because you could also, if you want to stay on Disney, you could also walk to Saratoga Springs. That's another option. It's a little pricier, but if you have in your budget, it's a good option too. So thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. If you like this video, please like it and please subscribe to my channel. That would rock. This is your host, Jennifer Sparks. Go out there and enjoy your life. Be good to one another and safe travels to you.